Hello, hello, hello. I am the Divine Maverick, but you can call me Divine. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, your shares, your comments. Your comments are giving me life. We are supporting each other. We are growing this channel by leaps and bounds, and I couldn't be more humbled that the Divine would choose to use me as like a Harriet Tubman of the underground, of this journey, right? This twin flame journey, this leveling up journey, this becoming whole journey. Um, if you're new to the channel, by the time you're listening to this, and by the time you're listening to this, but as you're listening to this, know that everything that comes out of my mouth is part of the message. Whether I'm singing, laughing, crying, praying, spitting, whatever I'm doing, dropping cards, whatever, it's all a part of the message. It all ties in. This message is for divine feminines that are in separation. This message is for me, it was real. Oh man, it was really good. Spirit kind of gave me a real life example, a real live example, and about this journey and this impatience that seems to haunt the twin flame connection, especially the ones that are waiting for their masculines to return home, because we are like home, ET phone home, right? So it's very difficult waiting for someone, especially if they're with a karmic or what we call a third party situation. A karmic does not necessarily have to be an intimate partner, a sexual partner. A karmic can be a child. It can be a mom, a dad, a step parent. It can be a sibling. It can be a coworker. It can be a job. It can be a hobby. It can be a passion or anything under the sun that keeps you from awakening to the power of this connection as well as the importance of this connection. So because you could, if you're not focused or not understanding of what has been brought to you and put in your lap by the divine, you can mistake this partnership or this union for a soulmate, just like another person. You could try to handle it that way because you refuse to do the work to heal, so that you can realize, wait a minute, this is something special. Girls, come here. Come here. Anyway, sorry about that, y'all. So y'all, listen, y'all send some love and light to these dogs, because I'm not going to start this video over. Once I start channeling, I don't like to stop the video. I like to keep going. So y'all help me out. Tell the dogs to go to sleep or something. Anyway, so the karmic, the situation that keeps you from the union, that's the whole gist of this journey, right? There's something that's keeping you from being with your masculine or your feminine. This message is for the divine feminine. So let me just stick it there. Okay, so there is let's just talk about let's make it a woman. We can, but it doesn't have to be. But you know what? Let's leave the gender off. I'm gonna try to do this message the way he gave it to me. And I know that those of you who can understand, you're gonna understand. And if not, don't worry, you're gonna cycle around again, and you're gonna understand this message when you're ready, when it's ready for you. But since you're on here now, I happen to know that it's ready, and you may go to sleep tonight, have a dream, everything, the dots will be the dots, the I's will be dotted, the T's will be crossed, and you'll know exactly what the message was for you. But with the karmic, let's say that you have something. I'm gonna just give you an example of my real life journey, and then you can plug in where you fit in. And if you can't plug in where you fit in, I'll help you. Okay, so I had a job. I'm gonna say I had a job that I was holding on to, something that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into, something that I started, something that birthed from my loins, a job, a job. It was a thing that I did every day, full time every day. I devoted lots of time, okay? I can't stress it enough. Lots of time. Patience card here, time. We're talking about the daughter romance and this twin flame journey. So track with me, right? Okay, so there was also, things expected of me. Just like there's things expected of you. People expect you to be a certain way. So let's just talk about wearing a mask or something. You're wearing a mask. You're not your authentic self, because you have to be a certain way for a certain group of people, so that you can keep whatever this is you're growing or changing or leading going, right? This job, you want to keep the job prosperous. You want to make sure the job gets an income and or profits, right? Okay, so I'm saying profit margin. Some of you might deal with profit margins. You might be Sorry for my voice, you guys. Investment bankers, or what am I seeing? I'm seeing bank tellers now. But anyway, I'm seeing a lot of numbers for some reason. I mean, like CPA. Maybe it's because it's tax season time, and I know we have an extension, but there's still people that do taxes year round. So I believe I'm channeling some kind of a CPA, I think. But anyway, so there was also this thing I was starting. Let's say this channel, and I wanted it to grow. I started it organically from zero to, now what, over 1,000 subscribers, right? And so, but to watch it grow, to put your blood, sweat, and tears in that, but find that you get more fruit, or more dividends, or more accolades, more attention. Some of you catch the message, or more satisfaction with this thing that you're doing. But your job, your obligation, your duty is to this thing now that you find you no longer love. It doesn't have the same luster. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't excite you the same. There's no passion. There may have been betrayal or hurt or misunderstanding or miscommunication. There may have been ghosting. There may have been abuse, emotional, physical, mental, sexual abuse. There may have been money troubles with it. Maybe you had money troubles, so you had to hold on to it for stability. Or maybe what your job needed you, and what your skill set was, so so it could stay afloat. So it was a codependent relationship, okay? So you were holding on to it, even though it didn't give you nearly as much pleasure as this channel, or this flower shop that you've started, or this this bakery, or this alteration seamstress. You're a tailor, your tailoring business that you started. You're happier over here, but your obligation is over there, you see? And so you go back and forth in your mind. One day when you're there, you're at work, and you're like, ugh, I don't like it here. Ugh. And so you find your solace, or you find your happiness with your other thing that you do that brings you the happiness, right? You're, like I say, for me, my channel, right? I'm growing something, right? Okay? I hope you're tracking. And so now when you're with your karmic, your job, that's your karmic, because that's your lesson you need to learn so that you can choose you. The whole point of this journey is that you choose you. You learn to choose yourself. That is what self-love is. I am going to do things that are high vibrational, or things that serve me. I will no longer tolerate or celebrate or dignify things that no longer serve me. It will no longer get my time, because I deserve better, or because I am more, or I am worth it. You see, that is the journey of self-love, that this twin flame passion with this other person that you meet, sometimes out of the blue, sometimes you've known them all your life, past lives, sometimes you've known them since you were children, sometimes you had relationships with them throughout your lives, peppered in there, between college, between the military service, or between jobs. It was peppered, the relationship was peppered all throughout your life, right? And so you're on this journey, and it changes everything about you. But with this journey, you have to learn self-love. And so how does Spirit do that? They give you a karmic. You get a lesson that comes to you by way of sometimes a relationship, or a job, or a person, or, place or thing. Again, karmics can be whatever, okay? And so let's go back to my story. So I found that I was obligated, and I was bound to this, and I began to feel stifled in prison. I began to feel broken down. I began to feel angry, because I felt tied to this situation that was clearly dying, if not already dead, but I was holding on to it for what? Stability? I don't know why, because it never gave me anything. It never profited me anything. You know what I mean? And so, in fact, it drained me. In fact, it made me so tired. In fact, it tried to take the life and the passion right out of me. Some of you have dealt with the life and the passion being sucked right out of you because of what you were tied to, or because of what you were obligated to, right? The candle blew out. Anyway. Hi, sweetie. What you were tied to, or what you were obligated to, right? And so you were there. You were just there. And you would come up with reasons why, you know what, it's not so bad. Maybe I'll put curtains up. Maybe I'll change the furniture. Come on, you're tracking with me. Maybe I'll ask for a promotion or try to get a different office so I can get a different view. Maybe I'll see if I can do 2 other things and maybe I'll bring life back to this. Maybe I can invite 4 other people to kind of help me and they'll bring ideas and we can make it beautiful again. And so you're going through all this back and forth, back and forth. I want to go to where I'm happy, my happy place, but I'm bound to this thing that no longer gives me life and is devoid of my passion. It's devoid of passion. Now, feminine, switch all of that to your masculine. And whatever karmic he has, a woman, a place, a thing, a concept, whatever the thing is that he won't let go of, that thing that bothers you, it gnaws at you, it's like a dagger in your back and someone is twisting it. It hurts so bad because masculine, if you love me like you say you do, you would be here by now. If you wanted this relationship like you say you do, you would be here by now. But what about the ones that never say a word about what this connection is? What do you do then? Well, feminine, that's where your intuition comes in, high priestess. When you begin to say, even though you've never said a word to me, my spirit knows your spirit, sir. My spirit knows who you are, ma'am. My spirit knows you. And no matter how hard I try, I can't break away from this connection. You know why? Because it's a magnetic pull between the two of you. It is a divine connection. So no matter where you go, no matter who you're with, no matter what you do, no matter where you are in the universe, you'll always have like a homing signal. You'll always, 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 always find each other when the time is right. When the time is right. That's a message for someone. When the time is right. Okay? So, as I was saying, imagine your masculine having the same struggles that you have with his karmic. One day, it's okay. She's cooking the macaroni and cheese. It's nice and juicy because there's extra butter in it. You know what? She ain't so bad. I'll stay because my feminine is over there acting crazy anyway, trying to argue with me all the time, asking me when am I coming? So I'm going to just stay here and eat this macaroni and cheese for the next 3 nights. And then the 4th night, all of a sudden, he's missing you again because I don't know what you did, feminine. Maybe you meditated. Maybe you took a salt bath. Maybe you purified yourself. Maybe you did some new moon intentions. I don't know. Whatever it is, you leveled up, your energy, your vibration lifted, and your masculine started acting right, missing you, because when you lifted your energy, he was drawn toward you. He wanted you. See? That's how this works. Low vibrational, he repels. You repel him. I don't want you. High vibrational, I can't get enough of you. Here I come. Here I come. That's why we don't deal with karmics. That's why we don't contemplate on karmics. That's why we don't conversate about karmics. That's why we don't contemplate. Or did I say contemplate all the time? Somebody's contemplating karmic. Stop it. If I say contemplate twice, I don't remember what I said. You know, but But if I did, it's because somebody that's strong here, double, speaking twice, that candle just blew out. Wow. You're contemplating our karmics too much, right? All right. Next message. So where was I? Yes. So your masculine is over there deciding it ain't so bad over here. And you're mirroring each other. You've heard that concept. If you are new to the twin flame journey, you are doing what your twin is doing. If your twin is brushing their teeth, or I'm sorry, that's not a good example. But if your twin energetically, whatever they're working on, whatever they're working with, or however they're feeling, you feel that too. You mirror each other. You do what each other does. And you don't even have any knowledge of this. Even if you are in communication, you guys don't really talk about this. You don't say that you're both feeling nostalgic. You don't say that you're both missing each other. Well, you may say you're missing each other, but you wouldn't both say to each other, you know what, my karmic's not so bad. You know what, mine's not either. You would never say that to each other because you know innately that's not true, right? But in the 3D, you may bicker about this. Why are you still with her? Why are you still doing that? Or he'll say, why are you still doing this? Why are you still with him? Or why are you still, whatever it is you're still doing. You're still holding on to something. So hear this, you're twins. You are both still holding on to something. You are both still holding on to your karmics. So you need to know, feminine, what is your karmic? Is it your big sister who advises you to leave that man alone because he ain't nothing? He doesn't have a good job. He's not worthy of you. And that plays in your head over and over again. And so you begin to be repulsed by your masculine versus being drawn to him, to heal him, to help heal him, right? Because your sister, your karmic, you won't let go of that voice that you go to before you even go to spirit about your masculine. How dare you go to your big sister or your auntie or your mom or your girlfriend, and say, girl, let me talk to you about what he's doing. And you take her advice over spirits telling you from the foundation of the world, Empress, I created him for you. And he knows that he was created for you. You know why? Because just like Adam in the garden, I put Adam to sleep and I pulled Eve. I formed her out of him. You came from him, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. We are one, and nothing can separate us, not even death. Love is stronger than death. Its jealousy as cruel as the grave. I don't want anybody else to have you. So you always have to know intuitively, my feminine, that I am coming home, that I'm coming back to you. No matter who I'm with, no matter where I am, no matter where I go, what I say, I will always come back to you because you are me and I am you. Okay? So that's how this works. So feminine, what are you holding on to? Because energetically, your twin is going to hold on to his karmic or her karmic too. Until you let go of yours, they will not let go of theirs. And if you are indecisive in your mind, they're indecisive in their mind. If you are afraid in your connection and this connection, they're afraid in their connection and this connection too. Everything you're feeling and doing, they are feeling and doing equally. Why? Because you are twins. You are one soul. And this is divinely guided. And it will come to pass as long as you are strong enough to do the work. Strong enough to say yes to the divine. You can use me to heal the world. You can use this love that I have like a ball of fire in my belly that I can't let go of and won't let go of me. You can use me to heal the vibration of the collective. Let me heal the world with this love. Let me heal the world with my love. Let me heal his world with my love. That's why empresses stay in unconditional love. That is the frequency. Any other frequency is wrong because it slows the union down. It breaks down the connection because it's not harmonious. And twins are harmonious. Twins are synergistic. Twins. One soul. So instead of being angry at your masculine for not having the courage, when you see the strength card comes out in reverse, he doesn't have the strength to leave. Or you see the 8 of Cups in reverse. Oh, somebody was leaving, but now they're waiting. When you see the Hangman in reverse, oh, somebody's stuck. Or they're coming out of being stuck. No, they're coming out of not being stuck, coming in stuck. You see? And you see these cards and say, oh, the masculine is not strong enough yet. The masculine is battling with fear and insecurities. And you go, oh, because you're not being patient in the way it says, patient in knowing that this thing is going to come together. I feel like I'm supposed to read you this definition now. This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. In the reading just before this one, I think it was called 30, I'm not sure, but adjacent possibilities came out. And Spirit was telling us that the divine masculine is realizing there is more than one way to skin a cat, or there is more than one way to do a thing. This card for you, feminine, totally aligns with this definition, because you are being told it's time to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. Don't try to say you better get here now to prove your love to me, or otherwise you're not loving me. Don't do that to him, because he wouldn't do that to you. Because just as you're detangling and dismantling and coming out of what you're coming out of, he is doing the exact same thing. So if you have a moment of nostalgia and you begin to lay back up with Booby because you like his foot rubs, or he bought you some flowers for Valentine's Day, and all of a sudden you thought, he's so sweet, he's not so bad, I think I can maybe do this another month, right? Your masculine is doing the same thing on his side of town or his side of the world. He's saying, you know what? My karmic's not so bad. I'll give it another little while longer while I devise this strategy to come in. You remember at Knight of Cups, everybody's always coming in. They have a strategy. What holds it up? What holds it up is the indecision. That's what holds it up. That's what slows down the connection. You guys, or us not remembering or knowing that we mirror each other. We mirror each other, right? Okay, so it says, don't try to force your will only on one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you are blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. You hear that? Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you may be aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come through. See? And when you do that, when you quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, let it come through, you open the door to romance. The romance door is no longer blocked. The union can get some wings or get some steam and begin to come together. He begins to move. He begins to do things, get another job, pack up the house, leave the karmic, go move in with a friend, move in with a parent, rent a basement out. I don't know. He begins to move. He begins to get his finances in order. He begins to get his health in order. He begins to get a new car because he knows he needs to travel. He begins to go back to school or start a class because he wants to make a stable home, bring financial stability to the table. He wants to level up for you just like you, divine feminine. That's what he's doing. So you don't need to call him and say, I guess you where you want to be. I guess you're doing what you want to do, and you hate me. You don't want me. I'm nothing. I guess I'm just nobody. I guess I'm just worthless. Feminine, sweetheart, that's not his fault that you feel that way. This is about self-esteem. He has nothing to do with your self-esteem. It's about you. And if you feeling worthless, it has nothing to do with the masculine. It has everything to do with the way you feel about you. And when you begin to feel better about yourself, dear heart, your vibration will lift and he will feel the same thing you feel about yourself. I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm worthy. I'm capable. I am amazing. And he'll say the same thing. That is what twins do. That is what this journey is about. And on his end, he is learning self-love by choosing not to put up with being an errand boy, a pool boy, a servant, just somebody to take the trash out, just somebody to take care of these kids, just somebody to give the money, somebody to come home and throw the money on the table, somebody to go to Sam's or I'm saying a wholesale, what do you call it? A warehouse with all the bulk food. You know, just take your money, pile it up, pile it up. That's what I'm hearing. Pile it up, pile the food up. You're feeding all these people that aren't even yours. You're feeding children that you didn't even birth. You're taking care of her kids. You're taking care of his kids. They're taking all your money. And meanwhile, you want to be somewhere else. You want to be building with someone else. But you're stuck in this cycle. And the masculine is learning that when I say no to this, that's me being loving to myself. That's me being loving to myself. And they make a choice for themselves and they break free and they come towards you. And on your end, you're doing the same thing. You're making a choice to love yourself by saying to the masculine, because you are still in this toxicity, because you are still over there very well connected and not paying attention to me, I'm not going to let you continue to trigger me. You see what I'm saying? Wait a minute. I hate when y'all do those time warp. I'm sorry. That was a good thought I was doing. And you're doing the same thing, right? You're over there being angry at him because he's choosing somebody else. You're over there being angry at him saying, because you don't know my worth, I'm shutting you out. But doing that, feminine, now you are showing loving ways towards yourself or self-love by saying, I'm cutting you out. I'm not answering your text, divine masculine. I don't care how divine you are. I don't care how ordained this is. I don't care about that. I'm choosing me because you're hurting me. When you don't show up for the date, you hurt me. When you don't call me and say goodnight, you hurt me. When you miss my birthday, you hurt me. When you tell me that you are going to be here and you don't come, you hurt me. When you choose them over me, you hurt me. When I want you here for holidays or major things is happening, my graduation came and you missed it. I don't know who that's for, but you hurt me. So I'm choosing me by cutting you off. And if this is meant to be, if this is so sovereign and ordained, then you will find me when you are healed. You will find me when you let go of your karmic and you come get me on your horse. You unite with the cup. You will come rescue me. You will come bring me home. You will make me a home and bring me home when you're ready for me. But right now you're not. You are too low vibrational. So I'm going to show me loving me and I'm going to tell you no. That is how you move the connection along. Not calling him names, calling the karmic names, stalking, looking at pages, making further triggering yourself, hating him for being human. He's not divine yet, feminine. That's why he can act like this. That's why he's doing this, because he's not divine yet. He is in his humanity. He is but a man. But when he's with you, he can sense where he's going and where he needs to be. I feel like a king. I feel like a god with you, goddess. That's what this journey is about. So if you want to keep starting your cycle over, starting the clock over, resetting the clock, starting the clock over, keep on being mean to him. Keep on calling them names. Keep on, watch this, going low vibrational. Keep on going low. Keep on cussing out the karmic, being jealous of the children, calling him, calling his mom, talking about him, tearing them down to your friends and your family, getting all those words in the atmosphere, all that energy out there that's blocking your union. Keep on doing that under the guise of you just telling the truth. I'm just telling it like it is. I ain't nobody's fool. You better quiet those karmics down out of your ear and let that mess go. Let them go. Let your karmic go, feminine, so that you can heal. So that you can heal from this. Heal from the toxicity that you went through before you even got to him that had nothing to do with him. Okay? We're both healing. You're mirroring each other. Okay? Some of y'all need to go into the dark night of the soul. Some of y'all need to do some shadow work. This is the long night moon. I don't know why I just saw Alaska. Somebody might be watching this from Alaska and you're about to go into some shadow energy. Spirit is encouraging you to go ahead and embrace the dark side of you. Go ahead and embrace the darkness in you. Y'all, that's the number 40 came out. The number 4 is out here again. Okay? Some of you might own rabbits. You have a rabbit. Some of you might be getting pregnant during the darkness or this quarantine, this being in the darkness. Being away from everything, being out in seclusion. I'm seeing a lot like log cabin, mountain cabin in the mountains. I'm seeing in the mountain, you might be in the mountains and your masculine is going to come visit, in maybe about 40 days, maybe about 4 weeks, about 4 days, some of you, and you're going to get pregnant. You're fertile now. You're ovulating. Some of you when you ovulate and your masculine is going to be coming, right? Resistance, in the resistance. This is number 7, 2 is out here, 5 is out here, which adds up to a 7, simplifies to a 7. But some of you have been resisting the growth. Look at the trees coming between the fingers and look at the things sprouting. Some of you have been resistant to growth, meaning you weren't doing your work because you were too busy being karmic yourselves or low vibration yourselves. No condemnation, queens. I love y'all. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just bringing a message. Please don't let offense hit you. Offenses will come. Offenses will come. Shake them off. Okay? You're like Teflon. Everything it hits you, but it rolls right off. It hits you, but it rolls right off. You're like Teflon. You have a Teflon anointing. Okay? Anointing is simply the power that equips you to do the work. It's the power, the spiritual power that equips you to do a work, complete an assignment. That's what the anointing is. Okay? That's all it is. But some of you have been resisting growth. Stop resisting the growth. Do the work. Face your shadow side. Here. Face your shadow side. Do the work. okay? For some of you, you felt resistant to this connection because you weren't sure if this was something for you. You weren't sure if this was your twin. Girls, hold on. I'm almost done. I'm sorry, you guys. Girls. Now, that's a good bark. That must be somebody's ancestors coming up here. Anyway, girls, come here. Come and look. They're okay. Let them in. If you're good, if you're a love light, you can come in. Right? Oh, definitely somebody out here. Watch this. And number 4. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry about the girls. Y'all, let's listen to them for 1 second. Let me see if I can. Girls. I just wanted to hear it. Girls. That's something, right? I could go try to stop them, but I don't feel like I want to stop them. I just want you to look at this car where they're barking. Because doesn't it look like a union coming together? Girls, come here. Come here. I'm working. You can't be a distraction. You got to be my sentries. Come. Here they come. Come, I'm working. Come sit. So anyway, there's number 4 again, guys. So you were wondering if this was your twin. Didn't I just say that? You were resisting the romance because you weren't sure if this was your twin. And all y'all saw me do was take the deck and pull from the bottom. That's all I did. Look at that. Look at those doves. Look at those doves of peace. Look at the cosmos surrounding it. Look at the lightning. Some of y'all, you felt electricity when your twin touched you. That should be in your indication. Some of y'all need to know that. Your twin touching you is an indication that, yes, it's electric. You know, remember, you are energy. You are pure energy. So look at the doves of the peace that supports this. There should be peace in this relationship, not turmoil. That almost looks like it's a storm behind it. Girls, I'm serious. Let them in. It's okay. This is the last card. I'm gonna get out of it, y'all. But you guys know when you touched, it was electricity. This union is pure electric, right? Man, that number 4 is standing out to me. But anyway, so accept this. So now you know. You've been told. Now this is almost funny. Girls! Y'all, let me get off here. My masculine might be outside. Anyway. I know I said it was coming, but not tonight. Anyway, I hope you got something out of this message. Like or subscribe. Yeah, it's definitely somebody outside. I wonder if my masculine's here. I might not do the 3rd video. But anyway, take care of yourselves and each other. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Like the video. Subscribe. Bye.